Yeah, so this is the second part of the video. We're going to question 3, Q3. So Q3 is asking about sales per year. So how do we do sales per year? So come back to your data, insert. So basically it is a repeated process. It's very simple and allows you, instead of using really complex if functions, you can just do this one simply. So sales per year. So I'll drag my year to the rows because if you just click on it automatically, it takes the year to number. Means it doesn't know that it is a categorical variable according to our data set. So I drag it to rows, then cells where. Again, just look at format the numbers by just coming to home tab, 1000 separator, reduce the decimal places, you can add the currency. Basically, that is as simple as that. Yeah, and you can format if you want it to. You can sort it to the largest one. Q4. Q4 is asking about sales per region. So sales per region, basically sales per region, I'm going to insert, then sales existing. I choose it from number 4. This is sales per region. Press enter and enter. Sales per region, we are going to click region and sales. Okay. Highlight, do that, then just add the 1000 separator and reduce the number of decimal places. Q4, Q5, we'll have Q6, and I think Q7. So always make sure you know how to. So sales per product in the number of years. My data, insert sales per product in the number of years. So this is number 5, existing, number 5. So sales per product in the number of years. So at this point again, I just click on sales per product, sales per product, then sales in the number of years. So again, you can see in the number of years, it gives me sales per product number of years. Again, I can do what? I can take this on to what? The filter. So if I want just 1 year, select, make sure you check the select multiple item and select. If I want just 1 year, I can be able to just change direct from 1 year. At this point, that is basically depends on what you want to see. So large currency, then it is the number of decimal places. So this is just 2012. You can have it for the entire 2012 or 2014. You can have all. You can check all as well. Basically, that is it. Very simple. You can even add to filter. So the next thing is if you right click, remember you can change what? You can change show values as calculations. Again, if you come to this arrow down here, there's what you call value field setting where you can do anything you want. You can change it to sum, average, mean, maximum, and any other thing you need to. Again, if you click on it, there's what you call table design where you can decide not to see any of these. If you don't want the grand totals by row, take them off. Yeah, so you can put on, you can put off if you want. If you want the subtotal, show all subtotals. That is basically what you need to. If you add it, for example, here, or if you make it here, we can see the subtotals here. So you can make sure do not show subtotals, or if you want to maybe show all the subtotals. So basically, you can see it shows all the subtotals. Finally, you can remove the subtotals. You can put all row off. So basically, these are things you can change. Do not show any. Again, you can change the format, the table design, table style to anything you want. There are several options here. If you don't want column headers, you can remove them. You can see. If you don't want the headers, again, you can underline rows. If you want branded rows, you can add. If you want branded columns, you can add. Basically, that is as simple as that. You can change the format depending on your specification and your desire. For this one, this is sales per product in the number of years. The next question is question number 6 is sales by salesperson in the number of years. So I'm going to click insert from table range, choose an existing worksheet. Then from here, number 6, Sales per salesperson in the number of years. So salesperson, then sales in the number of years. Sales in the number of years. So that is as simple as that. Then this is salesperson. You can have it as salesperson. Then these are the years, and we have the product sales per person in the number of years. So these are sales, and now the years up here. Basically, as simple as that. The last question is asking about customer sales by number of years. Customer sale by number of years. So that is customer sale by number of years. Come back to your data, insert pivot table, then from an existing worksheet. Then just click here, there, then okay. So we're going to do sales by number of years, sales customer sales by number of years. So it's customer sales by number of years. So customer, then sales, and the number of years as well. So you can have it at that. Again, there is no harm changing this one to this one. Basically, you still have the same setting, but I prefer it this other way. It's much better and simple. It summarizes and it doesn't. Again, the love analysis is to summarize your number, your figures or your values or your data using the fewest possible figures or parameters. Okay, that is representative. So basically, that is how to answer, how you would have done this task. The next one is a simple one. I'll just do question 1 and 2. Then we'll do the rest, question 1, 2, and 3. So you've been hired as an admin assistant for Kilimani Advocates, which provides legal services to various companies. You have a list of repeating company names. Using a pivot table, count how many times each company name appears in the list. So this is basically the list. Keep, again, there is a star here, which means it's very important to understand that. Keep the pivot table in this tab. Notice that the pivot table is a list of that comprise of each company name occurring only once. Then within the pivot table, put the list in a decreasing order based on the number of times the name appears in the list. So these thing we can answer it using another function. So we can answer it using, for example, let me convert this data to range to have it just that way. We can use a function to answer this question. Assuming I want to answer it using just a function, I'll use this function called unique, and for unique it gives me the number of unique things that are here. Then I can use count if to count the number, how many times each appears with it. So how does it work? So this is the range, then make sure it's absolute comma, then we have what you call, so sorry, I want to drag this function up here to make it there. Then if you do so, you have everything done for you. So basically that is how simple I could do this one with the function. Then I do what? I copy paste. So Control C, Alt H, V, and V to make it pasted special. The next thing is, let's use now what? Let's use a pivot table to answer the same question. Highlight the data, come to insert. So we want it in an existing worksheet. We want it somewhere here. Then click OK. So existing worksheet, and let me make it somewhere there. Data source not valid. Let me copy it. Then I want to paste this one somewhere here. Then Control T. Yeah, so basically that is it. Insert table. Then I want to make it in an existing, because there's that info, that is that. Okay, so there's a problem with my Excel, which is okay. Let me just close it and open it again and save. Administrative. Sometimes Excel has the errors where it sometimes not allowing you to do anything. So you've seen how we could do that using what? Using a unique function that identifies the number of unique variables within a list, and then you're using count if to count the number of times each appear. At this point, we're going to convert it to table. Very simple. Then insert pivot table, existing. I want to make it somewhere there. want to make it somewhere there, then it's okay. So just click on it, then drag it again to the value. So the same thing. Remember, I used unique. There's that function unique. Then the array is here. This is the array. Then we have just that. You can see I have all the unique company names here. Then finally we want to find count if. We can use the same function to do the same thing. So count if the range is here, make sure it's absolute, comma, then the criterion is here, and find get it to they just get the correct answer. So basically J3, and I have it there. Everything same as this one. The only thing you need to do from here is now basically sort it from the smallest to the largest to the smallest. Same thing to do for this one. Just highlight the entire data set, Control T to convert it to depot. So there are three present segments that all companies are grouped into: big, medium, and small. Using pivot table, create a table displaying the revenue for each segment. Keep the pivot table in this. So again, large amounts over 100 or so are typically shown with 0 decimal places. So come to insert, and then existing worksheet. So from there, want it to be somewhere there. Then they want what? They want us to use. We want to display the revenue for each segment. So we have the three segment and revenue. That is basically what they want to. Again, these ones are shown with 0 decimal places. Come to home, reduce the decimal places, then make sure it's 1,000, or you have 1,000 separator on the currency. The next thing you do for this one as well, Control T. So this one they want to make a pivot table showing the segment revenue and expenses. Make sure to use both providers and okay. How sum the number of months and the minutes. So create okay. So they want us to create pivot table. I'll just enter them to the revenue. So basically okay. So number one, they want us to make a pivot table showing each segment revenue and expenses. That is the first thing. So I want just to keep it here. Segment revenue and expenses. So basically that is it. The next one, they want you to create a column entitled net loss or net income. So net loss or net income. So how do you create that? Basically you need to remember there are some few things that you need: net loss or income. So you have expenses and revenue. Make a pivot table representing each segment. So we have to subtract. If you subtract your revenue, we have to subtract our revenue minus the expense to see if you are having a net loss or net income. So basically that is what they mean. So that is it, and you can see we are having them. So that is basically net loss or net income. So they want us to create a pivot table representing each segment subdivision by revenue, expense, and net income. Use arrow headers and column headers. So insert, Control T first, then table, then insert. From insert pivot table, and finally an existing worksheet, which is we are having it here. Press enter. Then they want us to do. Let me adjust this one. They want us to do create a column entitled. Okay, that is okay. Revenue minus expense. Then we have segments. Then we have no, the first one is supposed to be segment. Then we have subdivision. We have expenses and revenue and expenses, and then net income. So this is basically what they want. Again, they tell us to use both row uh, subtotals. So show all subtotals. Basically, that is what they want us to do. So again, yeah. So basically, that is it. Grand total shows of answer. Basically, it's that simple. Subtotal for medium and subtotal. Then we have the grand total up down here. So it's very basically that is what they want you to do. So you'll do the same for this one, this one, this one, and this one. So do the rest, and I think that is it.